What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the Berm. Today we're going to be taking a look at what is potentially the best pistol brace on the market. Honestly, no. It's going to be a hard no for me. Is it good? Yes. Is it the best? Extremely circumstantial. And what we're talking about today is the SB Tactical Pdw Brace. Now, I say it's a hard no because it has some very defined drawbacks, but it also has some extreme positives. So when I say something is the best, it is entirely subjective to why I use it and why I chose it. Now, for this specific application, yeah, it's probably the best choice. This is my 8.2 inch 300 blackout, Roscoe manufacturing barrel, arrow receivers, Trijicon MRO, BCM handguard, awesome little pistol. Now, I chose the SB Tactical Pdw Brace because of its overall length. Being an 8.2, I wanted to keep this package as short as possible, and the Pdw Brace absolutely allows for it to get to that extremely short, versatile length. Currently, this rifle measures at just under 24 inches. Sorry, pistol. Just under 24 inches. Now, that's an extremely compact package. I never had any other braces actually on this because I specifically chose this for this pistol, but the other ones out there, specifically from SB Tactical, are very good. I know they've just released their SB M3 or A3, which is a 4-position adjustable, more using a standard buffer tube style with a typical end plate and all that, but we're going to focus on this one today. Now, I'm going to start with some of the drawbacks. Right here, you do not have a proper cheek weld or any true reference point to get a constant and consistent cheek weld. Is that too much of an issue? It depends. I find it as a minor inconvenience, but in this case I am sacrificing a couple of things for the purposes of being compact, which this one absolutely is. Another drawback, which I know it's kind of stupid, but when it's in its completely collapsed position, you cannot actually take the rifle down. You have to bring it back to another position where you can drive this pin out. Here I am nitpicking. Whatever. The third drawback that I find is that it's actually kind of heavy. Now, you have this big assembly that actually houses the rails for the brace itself, and it's there for stability purposes, primarily I would assume, so you have both sides of the rail being properly stabilized while it goes in or out. Now, being a little heavy, yeah, you're going to add some weight to your gun. Adding some weight to your kit is never necessarily a good thing, but in this case the weight is set rearward, so the weight is in the proper placement to be somewhat beneficial if there were to be some extra weight on the pistol or rifle. Now, some of its pros. It's short. Short as hell. It's actually really nice. Is there shorter out there? Yeah, the Maximum Defense one is actually, I think, like a full inch shorter in the collapsed state than this one. But the SB and Maximum Defense collaborated and created this one, and it came out pretty nice. I like the fact that you can run a standard buffer and spring in there. That's big. I like having interchangeable parts amongst my pistols and rifles. Now, another nice thing is that you got a QD sling point here, because you can't use a standard end plate, so they give you the option to run a QD sling point right here. That's pretty nice. Now, it's got a nice, pretty big, generous area for bracing wherever you must. I have actually used it as an arm brace as well, and it does that job perfectly fine. So as a brace, it's good. The typical SB M4, I believe it's called, just a standard brace that you see, is absolutely more comfortable. And if you pair one of those with, say, a Law Tactical folding unit, you have a very compact package, but you cannot fire it while folded. I specifically designed this, or built this pistol, to be utilized in a vehicle. One bad decision that I made was this SLR Rifle Works muzzle brake, but that's a different story. It's extremely loud and is actually being replaced. The other parts are in the mail. I'm not going to go over that right now, but that was a bad decision on my part. But as far as the brace goes, is it the best? No. Is it the worst? No. Is it great for a specific application? Absolutely. I wanted this to be able to be utilized in a vehicle, essentially. I wanted it to be small enough to use in my home. I wanted it to be small enough to use in a vehicle. This absolutely enables the pistol to be used effectively in those situations. Is it great for long-range shooting? Hell no. Simply put, that's not what it's made for. This is meant for a short pistol of some sort, and that's about it. It's really not meant for anything else. I do really like how sturdy the actual brace is. You got a little bit of movement in there, but that's to be expected when you have multiple points of contact on something like this. Its ability to adjust is awesome. How you have 3 positions. You got this little button here. Just press the button, slide it back. That's the second position, and then you have fully extended. Which, when it comes to fully extended, it offers me approximately the same length of pull as I have set up on my 14.5 rifle, which is perfect. That's exactly what I look for. Gives me that same placement and distance from the charging handle. Great. So for my application on this pistol, it works perfectly. Now, obviously best is a completely subjective word, and a lot of people are going to just say it's the best because that's what they want. It does everything they want it to do. Great. I'm absolutely happy for you. But honestly, best... Shit, man. Somebody can say that Pittsburgh from Harbor Freight, those are the best tools out there. For your application? Possibly. But I know for a fact that Snap-on makes better tools for my application. Just saying. Now, all in all, the SB Tactical Pdw Brace is an absolutely awesome brace. The adjustability is great. The design is great. The installation was very simple. The fact that you can use standard buffers and springs is great. It gives you a nice padded surface on the rear to brace wherever you please. But it's a little bulky. There's not much of a cheek weld. So, all in all, if this is what you want for your build, because this is what you require, yet again, I hope to prove to my audience here that when you're building a pistol or a rifle, build it with a purpose. The parts that you choose should not be driven for Instagram. They should be purchased and used for a specific task. Like I said, in vehicles around my home, personal protection, personal defense weapon. That's the point. I wanted it short, compact, and actually usable. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any more questions about the brace itself, there is a plethora of information out there. Obviously, on YouTube we can't do installation videos or anything like that. I can't even give you a link to this brace, but they do run right around that $220 to $250 mark. Oh yeah, that's a huge drawback. It's frigging expensive. That's a lot of money for a brace. Especially, I mean, you could run a Law folder for that kind of money, which is a solid option that I might actually entertain at some point. But for now, this guy checks every box that I needed to check. So if you're in the market for a good, solid brace for something that has a specific application where you need it to be very short, and if you need it to be shorter, I suggest the Maxim Defense. I believe it's their PDW brace as well, because it does get shorter, but it utilizes a proprietary buffer system and buffer tube. But if you need something that works with existing parts and you need it to be short, the SB Tactical Brace, PDW brace, is absolutely the best one you can get. Is it the best? No. Is it the worst? No. I know I've said it before, but that's just the reality of how it is. For my specific intentions with it, it's the best. Well, thanks guys. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, message me, give me a like, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever you guys want to do. You guys are the shit. My channel's been growing actually surprisingly well, and I thank you guys for it. You guys are awesome. You know that YouTube's starting to come down on gun channels and stuff, and I just do this to spread some good information whenever I can. So, thanks guys. Be seeing you soon.